Hello, this is Melody, and I am here to present environmental influences, four environmental factors that influence offender trends and patterns. This is for class CJ200 with Professor Anderson. In this presentation, we will be going over the economic crisis, neighborhood watch, heating versus cooling days, and immigration status. Now, why look at the environmental influences on trends and patterns? Well, one of the main goals is to understand what kind of environment produces opportunities to engage in criminal behavior. Understanding the situations that can lead to behavior can predict future behavior when researched, and it can also help prevent future situations. According to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the crime with the most increase during the economic crisis was robbery. The economic crisis can be determined through the time period of 2008 through 2009, and in the UNODC, it looks at 15 different countries for data. Out of those 15 countries, only the Philippines, Poland, and Uruguay showed no significant change in crime. In the first graph, it shows the specific time period in the UNODC that the UNODC defines as the economic crisis. The graph on the right shows when crime rates were at their highest in San Pablo and Costa Rica, which evidently coincides with the time period of the economic crisis. Crime and unemployment relationship has been shown that when unemployment is high, crime, specifically robbery, becomes high to negate the need for money, but no access to it. This can be identified with the strength theory, where criminal behavior is caused by the gap between aspirations and the end result. Citizen policing programs are neighborhood watch programs that watch criminal behavior in a certain area of the city. In research done by Crime Prevention Research Review, they ended up with mixed results. With mixed results, it is hard to determine how to properly execute or not in what city of the USA. This result can mean that criminals do not really mind the neighborhood is watching them. In the research, the areas with the highest crime were the ones with no change. With more crime in the cities, it makes it harder to implement a positive change in society, since the structural setting has already been put in place for that city, such as poor versus rich cities. The next environmental factor we're going to be looking at is heating versus cooling days and how it relates to crime. Depending on the weather of the day, crimes happened more frequently based on how it felt outside. Advancement of the science lays out the temperatures throughout 5 years in 4 different cities and the relation to crime. On the left in the PowerPoint, you have higher average in cooling days. This means that more crimes happened in the cooling days than on the heating days. On the right is going to be no change, or both of them were average in both heating and cooling days. An example to look at on this chart is Chicago. Chicago has on average more heating days than cooling. However, more crimes happened during the cooler days of Chicago. This can be from the theory of opportunity. When everyone is out and doing things, offenders are looking for an opportunity to behave in criminal acts. Immigrants bring a strong family bond with them into the U.S., which could prove to benefit the impoverished neighborhoods. Immigrants have been underrepresented in studies and based primarily on public opinion when there was no real evidence to support immigrants' increased crime. More research is being done to clear immigration's name on the increase of crime. One of the earliest researches to show a counterclaim on immigration increasing crime is by Lee, Martinez, and Rosenfield in 2001. The research was based on immigration and homicide levels in 3 cities, El Paso, Miami, and San Diego. Homicide was proven not to have risen after immigrants came in. Social bond theory helps provide immigrants support when it comes to de-escalating crimes. Most immigrants carry strong social bonds with people around them in the community and would not want to damage those. There are many environmental factors that play into the trends and patterns in criminal behavior. Depending on how hot or cold the day is, if there is neighborhood watch in the area, if an economic crisis is going on, or if everyone in the city is an immigrant. Most of these factors are influenced by opportunity theory, social bond theory, and the string theory.